Alright guys, so I had a bit more technical difficulty. But we are going live again. So Trump has been... That mic is way too close to my mouth. Trump has been indicted for a 5th time in his criminal cases. So this is a superseding indictment. So what that means, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into what superseding indictments are, how they affect this situation, and much more. I am just gonna post the links to these streams as they happen. You know, as they happen. You know, having a dog that whines too much can be kind of a difficulty. Especially when you're trying to stream. So yeah. One thing I want to get into first is thank you for all of your support. You know, your support really matters a lot more than you think. Because look, I have 369 up there, by the way. Thanks, Lil John. But it's not easy to be a content creator. You know, guys, it's okay to not want dogs. It's okay to hate your animals. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get into what a in case you didn't tune into the stream about 10 minutes ago. So this is under the Criminal Resource Manual on the DOJ website. The information here may be outdated and links may no longer function. But okay, so 655 Statute of Limitations and Defective Indictments, Superseding Indictments. Okay. If an indictment is dismissed because of a legal defect or grand jury irregularity, the government may return a new indictment within 6 months of the date of dismissal or within the original limitation period, whichever is later. After the original limitation period has expired, a superseding indictment may narrow but not broaden the charges made in the original indictment. May not broaden the charges made in the original indictment. But, so this is some true breaking news. So, as well for a 604 form, a form for a request of provisional arrest, international extradition, and request for provisional arrest. So, we're going to be covering that. So I thank everybody who joins me in this mission here, you know, helping out, watching the channel, giving me your support. I thank you all. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you did not. No, you did not. Oh, no. I'm getting troll comments again. So, I'm just gonna get on to what is a request for a provisional arrest. So, what they need for a request for provisional arrest is the name of the fugitive, a case caption, if the fugitive is not the principal defendant in the case, date discussed with OIA and name of OIA conduct, prosecutor responsible for the prosecutor responsible for this request, name, telephone number, fax number, email address. We need case agent, name, agency, telephone number, pager number, and fax number. F, name, telephone number, and fax number of state extradition official who authorized payment of all expenses required to complete extradition. State requests only. G, list all charges for which extradition will be sought. Name and statutory citation. H, warrant information, name of court, district and division, docket number, name of judge or magistrate who signed the warrant, and date of warrant. Description of the fugitive, aliases. This is description of fugitive. Aliases, date of birth, place of birth, citizen of, passport identity, date and place of issue, other identity documents, height, weight, hair, eyes, other identifying features. J, location of fugitive, full address and or telephone number, names and addresses of associates, etc. And any contact in foreign country aware of fugitive's location. Name, title, telephone, and pager number. K, facts of case. Using a narrative style provides sufficient information, including date and place of offense, to establish probable cause that a crime was committed and that the fugitive committed it. Choose simple descriptive language that you might use in an affidavit in support of a warrant application. If not the format or statutory language of a formal charging document, not the formal or statutory language of a formal charging document, continue on a separate sheet if necessary. L, prosecutor's certification. A statement by the prosecutor acknowledging that if the fugitive is arrested, it will be necessary for extradition documents to be prepared according to the terms of relevant treaty. Terms of the relevant treaty. Further, the prosecutor must also certify that those documents will be prepared and sent to the OIA according to the schedule set by the OIA attorney. And we could also go through prosecutors' affidavits and stuff. But currently, we're figuring this out. So if Trump attempts to flee the country, we don't know. But we're figuring out how provisional arrests work. So we don't know if Trump will leave America or not. We have no evidence that he will. So will Trump be arrested? We do not know yet those sorts of specifics. But what I do know is that there's always the chance. So we're going on 6 p.m. now. So welcome to the new hour, everybody. So we're in 6 p.m. now. Currently, it's 6 1959. Yeah. Something's behind with that clock, I just realized. So, we are now breaking into 6:01. So I just had to adjust the um time because it was still in Eastern Standard, but we are in Eastern Daylight Time. So we just managed that, and I will be likely going live with some footage in a minute, or some extra commentary and analysis. But first, I must go for a duotang break. Right back. Alright, so I am back, and I will be likely here for the next 19 minutes, because I gotta hustle for this. So no bathroom breaks, no taking a poo, no taking a pee, because we have to live stream this. So we are covering this new indictment filed. So just so you know, we have not tested if that boat floats, and I could get you a toaster. My grandma bought a toaster for like $300 a couple months ago, and she said it makes the best toast she's ever had. So now it is 6:03 p.m., and we are covering this live. By the way, say hi to Skivity. Look, guys. Say hi to Skivity Cat. Kitty! I might just start wearing gloves as well, just all the time. She's growling. That's not supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. So yeah, the boat, I don't know if it floats, and I could get you some, like a $400 toaster from Walmart or something. So, Skivity Cat's still sitting with me. She's getting quite old, though. So we have to have some compassion for the animal. Those are not happy noises, but I hope everybody's having a good night. You what? Comment what you are having for dinner. So, we just covered a couple minutes ago how the request for provisional arrests work. How they have to file out the name of the fugitive and the description of the fugitive, facts of case, prosecutor's certification, location of fugitive. And now, besides provisional arrests of fugitives, we also have to be concerned about, will this lead to protests? The new indictments issued for Mr. Trump, President Trump. Potentially the next president as well. So the name of the fugitive, I don't know how that really impacts stuff. That was just something I read by the DOJ as well. Um, I don't know. Trump, we don't know if he'll resist arrest, guys. I was just reading. That's something that may happen if they have to. So we have reached a peak of viewership rate of 4 people. So I don't want to sound uneducated. The thing that I said about if the name of the fugitive affects stuff, that sort of made no sense. So I apologize for that statement. So that's currently where we're at. So I'm now going to look up what is a superseding indictment. So I don't think she's very happy. So a superseding indictment, if it if an indictment is dismissed because of legal defect or grand jury irregularity, the government may return a new indictment within 6 months of the date of dismissal or within the original limitation period, whichever is later. So that's the order that goes in. Why do I need to lower the cam a bit? Lower the cams. So we don't really know if Trump will resist arrest. He hasn't done it before. As well, we can't expect Trump to do anything idiotic in this situation. So we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Those are not happy noises. If you hear an animal make those noises, it's time to let be. So all 814 of my subscribers are great people. I'm potentially also going to go on X soon. So if I get an X account, that will also upscale things with content creation and stuff. I also may get a professional setup, start doing more well-produced content, start making staged content, stage style content, or TV style content, or Mr. Beast style content. Find my own ideas and my own skits and my own challenges and ideas. Donnie Dumbbell. Donnie Dumbbell. That's kind of funny. How do I pin that? Someone commented Donnie Dumbbell. Now, so we are getting new viewers tuning in to the live right now. So, um, looking at you guys front on is kind of uncomfortable. So I did comedy camp, and we learned about, what that does, looking people straight in the eye, that it can make people laugh or get kind of uncomfortable. So I'm making you uncomfortable. But you know what? Making people uncomfortable is just common practice now. And another update I have to give is a key Israeli hostage has been rescued from Gaza. And we do not really necessarily know if any active fire was being exchanged, but there have been no reports of civilian casualties or anything, which is good to know. So key hostage saved. So so key hostage has been freed. As well. So no, there are no known civilian injuries or deaths. So no hostages injured. Uh, so Trump's fifth indictment is here. So a superseding indictment has been filed. Come look at this! Those are new noises. Hmm. So, right now, that's like one of those awkward Zoom call moments, but let's try and keep this a bit more serious. So, we are getting ready to go into our second half hour of this alert. It is 6:15 p.m. Oh, it's now 6:16. Sorry, my apologies. And we are my mobility is a bit limited right now because no, it's not. It doesn't have to do with scooters, just so everybody knows. But the cat is in my chair and left a huge clump of fur. Um, I hope my suit looks good. And this is a key moment. So, Trump has been indicted for a fifth time, and a key Israeli hostage has been rescued. So, it's 6:17. So, this at the 6:17 mark, about the 25-minute mark, some chaos started happening. But I'm gonna keep going until 6:20. I'm gonna keep going until 6:20, and then we will be going into the second half hour of this breaking alert. So, in the second half hour, we're going to be doing more in-depth research, likely, into a more research into how superseding indictments work, because superseding indictments are a big deal. Or they're different than regular indictments. So the term we're going to get into basically the meaning of the term superseding, because there's a lot that we can learn in this video. So I don't go live often. So we are just getting ready to close this first half hour, and then we're gonna resume our transmission soon and be going live at 6:50. Or no, we'll be back in about. I'm gonna just temporarily suspend programming for about maybe 2 minutes tops, maybe just less than a full minute. And then I'll be back for the next half hour of transmission until around 6:50 p.m. So I thank everybody who's tuned in so far for tuning in. And we are now going to go to our next duotang break. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with much more. We'll be back with much more. Alright, so I am back. Programming has resumed. Alright. I was wondering why there's no audio feed. No, I just need to go do something again. Alright, everybody. So my alter ego has arrived here. That's a nice thing for the camera to do. So I am here to tell that other guy that you're listening to, he was a bit of an idiot. But now, you're gonna listen to me here, son. This suit I'm wearing is overheating me. But we're just gonna keep going with this. So, currently, there is a superseding indictment filed against Trump. So let's get into what superseding means. Superseding means take the place of a person or thing previously in authority or use. So it's taking the place of a previous indictment. So this likely means that the fourth indictment in the Trump cases has been overruled. But there are also plenty of cases. There are actually four cases against Trump. So likely the third case has been overruled and replaced with this new one. So, one indictment dismissed, new one in. So, the previous third indictment has been overruled. But there are still new indictments. So I am just adjusting some aspects of the stream. So if you are suffering, my mom confused me for my sister, just so you know. But hopefully, human suffering will now cut. Because if they get to free more hostages, that means less war and less hostages that are potentially going to be tortured. And now I control the stream, so you better watch out. You better not cry. You know, these indictments are a big deal because Trump's polls have shot up every time he's been indicted. So who's to say that this will not be an exception? I am going to put on a noise reducer or move this closer to my mouth because having an animal barking in the background can be quite annoying for the quality of my speech and stuff. So the previous indictments have been overruled, or some of them have been. In the January 6th case, the previous indictments have been overruled. And this also may include Trump speaking to Mike Pence on January 6th, and if that's a official act as president, because the new Supreme Court cases may impact this significantly. So, just a reminder, remember to guard your privacy and abide by the community guidelines on YouTube. So it's 6:31 p.m. and we have still about 18 minutes left of this live. So the SCOTUS may have to get involved. SCOTUS may have to get involved in this new case. So SCOTUS will likely need to get involved. SCOTUS may need to get involved. So this may be challenged and sent to the Federal Court of Appeals. There will probably be an immediate motion to dismiss what's going on with the situation with these new Trump indictments being filed. And this, by the way, what are y'all having for dinner? This affects my reputation me saying these things, but it has to be said. What are you having for dinner? And there are also, this is a bit of a strange one, accusations against RFK Jr. over the potential beheading of a whale. So he allegedly. So allegedly RFK could have committed felony violation for allegedly driving with whale skull strapped to car roof. So this is so that's a very bizarre source of news. And will uh, Lebanon fight Israel? Is another key question. I may go off air at the 50-minute mark. So this is in the election subversion case. A 36 the 36-page indictment secured. This is according to Politico. This 36-page indictment secured Tuesday by the special counsel is an attempt to recalibrate the case after the Supreme Court's immunity decision. Federal grand jury in Washington, D.C. has re-indicted Donald Trump on 4 felony charges related to his effort to subvert the 2020 presidential election. The 36-page indictment secured Tuesday by special counsel Jack Smith is an attempt by prosecutors to streamline the case against Donald Trump to address the Supreme Court's ruling last month that concluded presidents enjoy sweeping immunity from prosecution for their official conduct. The new indictment removes some specific allegations against Trump, but contains the same 4 criminal charges, including conspiracy to defraud the United States. It's a signal that Smith believes a high court's immunity decision doesn't pose a major impediment to convicting the former president. The superseding indictment, which was presented to a new grand jury that had not previously heard the evidence in this case, reflects the government's efforts to respect and implement the Supreme Court's holdings and remand instructions. Swiss team wrote in an accompanying court filing. The development is unlikely to alter the reality that a trial in the case before the November election looks impossible. In fact, the new indictment could drag the case out even further. Defense attorneys often seek delays after prosecutors revise criminal allegations. So this is what's happening currently. New indictments filed against Trump. Day 1 of asking for a toaster. So that was sent at 5:52. So about 46 minutes ago. So, let's just say, hypothetically, that they bring this to trial. There will likely not be a trial in this case until well into 2025 or even into 2026. So, this will likely not really impact the election this November, or at least not impact it negatively for Trump. Trump may get another boost in polls due to this fifth indictment filed, and it may also bring back relevance to the Trump campaign and to other situations and topics revolving around Trump and his campaign. So, we do not really know what's happening. The specific charges, I believe, have not been publicly listed at this time, but I will continue to give you updates if there's a major update in either the Trump situation or the situations in the Middle East. I will likely go live again. So, that's where we're at. It is 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. The boat, I believe, does float, and I may get you a toaster. If I get the funding, I'll give you a toaster. So, that's what we're at right now. So I am just, by the way, if you comment anything, I'm saving a backup of the chat. That's basically what we've gotten out of today and the Trump situation. So I thank you all for tuning in. I'm just gonna check the chats. Last call. Whoever, this is the last time I'm asking this of people, because I'm the one making the demands here. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you guys to comment something. If you have a comment to make, say it now. Or speak now or forever hold your silence. I'm waiting. So, comment what you have to say now. Speak now or forever hold your silence. So, that appears to be it for the comments we are receiving. So, thank you for tuning into this stream. And I guess that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, but don't feel obligated to, and God bless you.